Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we're going to talk about our custom welding tag options. I've mentioned this before, but half of our business at CNCKing.com actually involves metal. We make custom machine plates out of anodized aluminum or stainless steel, 304, 316. We also make metal stencils such as this here. That some of our customers use to flame onto boxes for their branding. But something you want to keep in mind is the reason for all of this is because of custom branding. When I first got into the welding industry, I guess, through metal workers, it was very rare that I actually saw any welders actually branding their work. And I don't understand why, and that's where I started developing the welding tag idea. I'm definitely not the only one to ever come up with that idea. It just happened to me. It seemed to be intuitive. You spend all this time, education, money, resources, and time finding really good customers. And then you do an awesome welding job. And to be honest with you, one awesome welder and another awesome welder both weld really awesome. So how can you differentiate one welder from the other? A few years down the road, the customer looks at what you did and says, you know what, I would need another one of these things, or I need some other welding jobs. So they go see what you did, and if you don't have a welding tag on it, well, they don't know who did it. So what they do, they go back in the yellow pages or look on Google and try to find a welder who could do something like what you did originally a couple of years back. So I think it's very important for all welders to brand their work. Of course, ask the customer first before you stick your name everywhere. But custom welding tags, which is something that we've developed and produce a lot of for customers all around the world, is something that I think every welder should have and every welder should use on every project that you possibly can to get the word out, because not just your customer will see your job, but other customers and their customers will see the welding job. And it's great to have something like this where you have, your logo if you want, your name, your phone number, your website, and they know exactly who to call to do a job just as well. Generally, our custom welding tags fit into two categories. They're either anodized aluminum, such as this black one here, or they're stainless steel, such as this one here. Now there's various thicknesses of anodized aluminum and stainless steel, but those are generally the two kinds that we use. Most of the stainless steel custom tags that we do are actually 304 stainless steel, not 316. But if you have a spec that requires 316, that's not a problem at all. All of our machine tags, such as the one you see here, that one down there, and a few others that are up right behind me here, those are all 316 stainless steel. So for machines we already make 316, it's just for the smaller welding tags we just never got around to it because we make them in huge volumes and we got to get rid of the old volume to make the new volume cost effective. Now CNCRI.com has both standard welding tags that we do in volume and keep in stock, such as what you see here. And we also do a lot of custom welding tags. Or we have tags that are made up of offcuts, just as this one here, off the water jet. This is actually part of a customer part, and I looked at it and I was teaching myself how to weld, and I thought, you know what? This for me is too tight of a tolerance because I'm just learning how to weld and I need all the give I could get. And this is absolutely perfect for me. So because they're custom spec or standard, you have your choice whether you want holes or not. If there's holes on it, you can easily tack weld the holes, so it's not a big issue. Or what you can do is use them for riveting. We have some customers who just like to get our standard tags like this here and actually just weld all the way around, and it's permanent. Other customers like the option of either welding it or using rivets to hold it onto their work. It's totally up to you. Just let us know ahead of time what you want. And of course the shape is totally up to you, but you do need a certain amount of volume. If you need like 10 tags, then you're probably looking at our standard sizes. If you need like maybe 50 or more, then it becomes more cost effective to actually go the custom route. And that could include the grade of the metal, the thickness, the gauge, whatever you want, we can produce it for you. When it comes to durability, our anodized aluminum custom welding tags are very durable. They'll be outside for years and they'll be totally fine. This is a premium anodized process here on the aluminum. So let's say you're in a marine environment, anodized aluminum is great. If you want to have a little bit more durability, just put like a lacquer or a varnish or something more heavy duty onto the top coat of the whole tag itself after you're finished welding, and it'll just last that much longer. For a marine environment, 316 is generally the best one to use. But again, if you want to go with 304 and put a coating, a surface coating over it, it will last just as long as any other tag out there. Now, anodized aluminum costs a little bit less than stainless steel, but what makes us unique is that all of our branding is totally permanent. We do not screen print or vinyl print. As you've seen throughout these videos here of these tags being produced, this is actually fiber laser etched. You can hear it. And as a result, there's nothing to come off the tag. That's why sort of with anodized aluminum, you end up with an off-white, and that's the only color we can offer, because what we're doing with our laser is vaporizing the anodization. With the stainless steel, we're annealing it, which is a heat tempering process that actually is stronger than the metal around it. That's not black. So I'll just show you here. This one is annealed. And what you see as black, it's nice and smooth. And the black is annealed, and it's stronger than this 304 stainless steel around it. And of course, we could do etching, or we could do a combination. So we could go etching 3 or 4 or 5 passes. Of course, each pass increases the cost of the tag. After that, we could do an annealing pass under that. So if you need something that's incredibly crazy durable, let's say for a mine shaft or a pipeline, we can do that just as easily as anything else. And again, everything is done with our laser. Nothing will be vaporized, deformed, damaged, or chip or peel off. Something I like to do here in the shop is actually test out our products. I always get feedback from our welders that they love our tags because they stay perfectly with their branding regardless of what environment they work with it on. Now what I did here is I used a blowtorch on it and I just set it on the tag, and what you'll see is nothing happens, nothing sort of burns off. It actually cleans the tags a little bit because there's a bit of dust in the shop. Another thing to keep in mind is our fiber laser is dramatically hotter than that torch will ever be. Think of our laser as a magnifying glass. So we have the magnifying glass and it's a cone, and that tip of the cone there is the one that's etching into the steel that you see here, or vaporizing the anodized aluminum. During production, let's say we were making, welding tags. These tags get so hot I can't even touch them after production. I actually have to let them cool down and I have to use compressed air to try to, get the heat out of them. This is why we offer 2 different thicknesses of stainless steel. We do other thicknesses as well, custom spec, but these are the ones we have in stock. The thin ones would look good, and they also weld very well, but again, they're very thin. So if you're not familiar with welding, such as me, definitely go with the thicker end of stuff because it just gives you that much more give. Now the other one might be a little bit hard to see here, but this one here is maybe half a millimeters, and this one's maybe, I'd say, about 2 millimeters or so. So it's dramatically thicker. About a week ago, I taught myself how to weld. I'm a total amateur at it, and I made my own tag. It's not this one here, the one that I welded to my welding table, which is the first project I ever made with welding. You'll see the video of. And if I want you to notice that when it's welded, it's actually real welding that's happening. There's nothing I'm adding to it. It's just the tag. I tack weld to the welding table, and then I weld it all the way around. Don't worry about the bead quality. I know it's horrible, but I'm still learning. And there you have it, custom welding tags. Whatever your specs are, contact me at CNCKing.com and we'll make them for you.